Short for fanatic is the one who's screaming their lungs out in sub-0 degree temperatures, still believing when the chips are down, and never, ever giving up on their teams or their players. From the closest seat to the worst one, we want to meet you all. This is the American Fan.
What's going on, sports fans? It's Josh Williams back again with another episode of the American Fan 365 podcast. And we don't know where Mr. Banks is. He's getting another DNP, or at least hopefully he comes hobbling in like Willis Reed. We'll see how it goes. So I'm gonna just start calling him Willis. So when you hear me call him Willis, just laugh, because that's what it's about. And he's gonna be looking at me like, "What the heck are you talking about?" But he's Willis Reed. But without further ado, we have to start the show. So George, how you doing in the back?
Doing good, baby. You see what I'm wearing?
Oh, I did not see that.
The motherfucking World Series T-shirt. I was at Game 4, Josh. Game 4, where they set first time ever done in the World Series. 5 runs scored back-to-back innings with 2 outs. So, right when you thought the chips were stacking up in the Diamondbacks' favor, a Seager bomb, Simeon goes off, the team exploded, and then I didn't witness the World Series win, but I witnessed the soul snatching. And I think every sports fan knows what I'm talking about. Basketball, baseball, NHL, you can all feel these in series-type playoff matchups where the soul was fucking snatched. They went through 5 pitchers in the first 3 innings.
Yes, they did.
I knew it was. I was like, oh, I know it's a bullpen game, but whew, that's a bad look for them, man.
Look, listen, when you can have somebody's heart in your hand like this,
I felt it.
It's a wrap.
Is that what Edgar Allan Poe was talking about? You can feel the.
It's a wrap. Oh my goodness! So congratulations to you.
Yeah, man.
And I completely forgot about this side of it. That was the Texas Rangers' first title in their franchise's history.
Yeah.
And they've been around for 50, 60 years. They've been around a long time. They've had their opportunities. They've gone to the World Series before. I mean, this is a team that had Nolan Ryan. They've had stars in the past. Never got it done. Congrats to the Texas Rangers. Congrats to all of their fans. No hate, no shade. I'm happy for them, and I'm happy for Mr. George. So, George, are you going to ride with the Rangers now? Is this like your team?
No. It's time to hop on to the next bandwagon. It's crazy, though. They came in at 12-1 odds to win the World Series next year. I was like, I like that. They weren't even the favorites. So, I like the Reds. I think they did a good job clearing house with Joey Votto. I think the Reds are the team next year.
Wow. You think that the Reds made a good decision by not bringing back one of their great, probably I'd say, that's
no. Go there, because he is that good. Josh. He's that good.
I can't say. Look, listen, he's one of the best Reds of all time, not a question.
100%.
But you can't go. Obviously, he's not Pete Rose, and then I want to say Johnny Bench played there. They've had some great players,
yeah.
So it's and great players that won titles. So I'll say this. He's the greatest Red to never win a title. I can probably say that comfortably.
Yes,
I can probably say that pretty comfortably. Marcus said he's about 15 to 20 minutes out. Let's see. I'll let him know. We are going.
Live in the cut.
I'm going to just say come through.
It was
I'm going to say come through Willis, and he's going to be like, what the hell is Willis?
What you talking about, Willis?
But yeah, man. But George, before we get into around the world in sports, did you know that the U.S. banking system has taken $50 billion in losses this year?
The U.S. banking system?
Yes.
It might nerd you out a little bit. I follow crypto shows, or we had to engineer a lot of crypto shows.
Okay.
So I've been known that the U.S. banking system is about to do a complete 180 overnight. This is kind of proving their point.
Well, So I was in, I know this is completely off topic for our show, but last night, I try to always start the show with something random. So last night when I just got an alert and it was like JP Morgan, their last quarter, they came in with a $40 billion loss, which was like $4 billion more than they anticipated. And then the quarter before that, Bank of America had a $131 billion loss. And it's all, George, because of the government's been propping up the interest rates. So now is the time that if you got some money, get ready to start buying properties, baby.
Properties?
Buy property soon. Not now. You wait for it to crack, but the time, hopefully, listen, I've been in real estate for the last 7-8 years, and I stopped doing it because it was like, I don't got the money and it's not a good value.
Correct.
But if you have the money or you have the means to having the money, now is the time to go ahead and do it.
Yeah, no, I've heard that it goes in waves, and this is like one of those waves where it's like bad. Oh shit, people can't afford anything. Everything crashes, and then my parents did that with the house I'm living at now. They got this house that's worth like $375,000. They bought it outright for $128,000.
Yeah,
on one of the crashes.
That's
what you do.
That's what you do. If you can catch those, but see, the thing is, though, most people, the reason the rich get richer is because they have the means to
acquire those,
to do things when things go bad. The rest of us, things go bad, so it went bad.
Right.
I don't have the money. Oh crap! I lost my job. You don't have the means. But if you have the means, now's the time.
Buy a sports franchise.
Yeah, I wish it was that easy. Oh, news just came through before we even go any further.
Breaking news.
Daniel Jones officially tore his ACL.
Oh, Josh, I fucking knew that. I'll pull up the text message. I sent Nick a text message as soon as it happened. I said, $40 million down the drain for sure in ACL. As the injury happened.
Yeah. Mid-season too, so that means that's going to impact next season for sure. I saw Giants fans starting to say, "Well, go ahead and fall apart so we can get May or Caleb," and I don't even know if they can do that.
No,
that's probably not the smart move.
It's down the drain.
But
40 million ACL for sure. 40 million down the drain. Boom.
Dang.
Immediately. That was good though, Josh. Thanks for confirming that I was correct.
That literally just happened. So, but without further ado, let's go around the world in sports. And I'm going to go ahead and crack a Coco Love, because our Around the World in Sports segment today is brought to you by our friends at Coco Love, the beverage of choice of the American Fan 365. Head over to www.cocolovewater.com for your own case of coconut refreshment and use the code TAF365 for your Hawaiian beach vibes. George, we already talked about your Rangers already, so you snuck in there before we even got there. But
I know, it's big. Some
more baseball breaking news, and this actually comes on my neck of the woods. My Cubs have apparently fired or relieved David Ross of duties as the manager and hired Craig Counsell, the Milwaukee Brewers manager, from our division rival. And I don't know what to think.
That's pretty random.
Yes, I got a notification. It was like, oh, Cubs hire Craig, you know what I mean, where it's like ... And I was like, oh, it must be a pitching coach. Okay, whatever. And I'm like, good, no problem. And I randomly, I think, opened up Bleacher Report, and it was like, Craig Counsell, new manager of Cubs. And I was like, yo, hold on, wait, that's my Cubs. What are you talking about? So yeah, I don't know what to think with that. I'm not really a fan because I really don't like Craig Counsell because he's from the Brewers, and I hate the Brewers. So yeah, I hated everything about the Brewers. So it's like, but I love David Ross.
Tough pill to swallow.
Yeah, David, Paparazzi deserved better than that Chicago Cubs. Some UFC news, George.
Yeah.
All right. And I'll say this in a full voice. The UFC needs to start having some time limits for this control time.
Correct.
Because Derrick Lewis did not fly 16 hours to São Paulo to be dry humped for 5 rounds. 21 minutes, over 21 minutes. Jailton Almeida set a new record of control time with 21 minutes, 10 seconds. And like, I don't know. I guess this is always where UFC, this is always where MMA loses me. Because I, like many people in my generation, are boxing people. You know what I mean? Like, I came to see a fight. Now, obviously, I also am from the original UFC where Royce Gracie was, he had the gi and he looked like he was getting toe up for about 30 minutes and then something would change and dude would have his arm broke. So it's like, I don't know. It's kind of weird, but like literally because you feel like there's just a feeling you get when the other person can't either get out of that control or the person that has the control isn't doing very much with it. Like, it's one thing if I'm going to have control time and I have you in danger the whole time and you're really in trouble, it's not that bad. But when you're just sitting there and like you guys are hand fighting and like, holding each other's hands.
Yeah.
And it's already, it's already two dudes like, kind of rolling around. As South Park would say, you take your gay porn out of here.
Yeah.
It's not, just not a good look.
Yeah. It's only impressive when it's like a skinny guy in a porno and it's like a really big chick and he's like trying to control her, But like when it's two big guys, it's like, come on, bro.
I was literally mid-drink, George. You can't do that. You can't do that.
That's the only time it's impressive, all right? When it's just like a little skinny, little string bean guy, and then one of those big girls that he's just like, Yeah.
Shout out to Derrick Lewis though, because it was a really good showing. He also said that he was too drunk when he got the notification that the fight was in São Paulo because he wouldn't have accepted it.
He said, I thought they said San Diego.
Yeah. So, you know what I mean? So, look, that's a tough loss because it looked as if they would have stayed on the feet, I don't think. You know what I mean?
Of course.
Like that, and that's my thing. It's like, so you won the fight. Yes, you did control the fight, but did you really? Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, but I agree with you. There should be a limit to... and I feel like the UFC did it for a while, and I think the jiu-jitsu fans got upset, right? Where, like, I started to see referees a little more like, show me some action. Show me some action. All right, stand them up. Like, You know what I mean? Because if you don't do that, I mean, at the end of the day, UFC sells tickets not for fucking submissions. It's for vicious knockouts that are going to go viral over and over and over and over again.
That's fair.
So if you want... This will be like one of those things where if Dana White implored the Roger Goodell method, let's fix the rules to get more viewership.
Yeah.
Not saying that he necessarily needs it, but you could do that. You have the power.
Hey, listen, you know what? I'd say, look, there shouldn't be more than 3 minutes of control time in any round. That's a simple one. Because if you couldn't get it done in 3 minutes, it wasn't getting done. Like, do you understand what I'm saying? Like, I've seen people go to the ground and the fight is over within 30 seconds.
Yeah.
We got down there, we handled our business, and it was done. But if it's going to take you 5 minutes of control time to make something happen, it probably wasn't going to happen. And so then we stand up, we go back to our corners, and then you do the exact same thing in the first 40 seconds of the next round. Like, that isn't a fight. Like, there was literally probably 2.5 minutes of fight time in a 5-round fight.
Ugh.
That's horrible. Jamal, like me and Jamal were talking about it after the fight. And Jamal he's usually like, nah, you don't get it. You don't understand. But he was like, yeah, that was boring as heck.
Yeah.
So, but in other news around the world of sports, the U.S. women's national team has hired a new coach officially. Miss Emma Hayes from Chelsea FC is now the new head coach for the U.S. women's national team. And remember, George, the last time that we had an English coach, we also went on the greatest run of our history and in the history of female soccer. Miss Jill Ellis. Jill was we was winning World Cups and gold medals.
I'm not a fan of if you're not American, that you can coach American teams. Are you with me?
Yes and no.
Okay.
Now, okay, so Jurgen Klinsmann with the men's didn't work out. Solid, didn't work out.
Mm-hmm.
We also, I think, feel we're probably still in a transition too. Like Jurgen Klinsmann today, like if you threw Jurgen Klinsmann on this team with the skill, I don't know. We didn't have that level of skill.
Right.
When like the women, we have skill. We have probably more skill than 90% of the world. So when you have skill and tactics, it's very dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, as long as they can relate to the players and speak our language, it's fine. But when they be talking about like, yeah, bring, this guy from Czechoslovakia, and I'm like, can he speak English? Or is it like kind of grunting and like frustrated, exasperated looks? Like,
right.
like
right.
what are we really talking about? But so we'll see. Emma Hayes, I did take a picture. I did look at her picture and was a little concerned, but we'll leave that for another day.
We'll talk about that after.
I'll let the viewers go decide that for themselves. Formula One, George, is next week. Are you excited?
Am I excited? Sure, dude. It's going to bring so much fucking pub to the city of Las Vegas. It is the most popular race on the circuit, and they go across the globe. But everybody has been talking about the Las Vegas Strip. They're like super excited.
At night,
it's going to be a spectacle that I will comfortably be watching from my house. I know it's here to stay. I know it's going to be successful. For a little bit of, if you don't live in Las Vegas, the culinary union is about to go on strike, possibly. In what is that? So at the same time, I think they've been talking about going on a strike, and these are the people that you need to be in the casinos that weekend, especially, or else the casinos will not function. And so, like, they've been fighting for like contract stuff, obviously more money, better hours. I think they were actually limited on hours. That was like one of their big things.
Sticking points.
Yep. So like they want to be extended. So they've been striking now for about a month, but not going at soft strikes, right? Protests. They're going to strike. I think possibly at the end of this week could throw a little wrench into the Formula One plans.
A little wrench. Oh, you strike, baby. Strike. It's time. Pick up your pit. Look,
Josh, you're going to go strike with them? Give these people what they want.
That's right. They feed us. They clothe us. Yeah, we're full on strike. That would ruin this event.
Oh, yeah. They've been talking. So I saw it on national news for the first time yesterday.
Okay.
Because I think it's starting to like creep into, oh, shit. Like, this could be pretty bad.
They could be real. They could be serious.
They said, how many culinary workers? Oh, wow.
100,000? So the restaurants won't be open?
And that's what's going on in Formula One news in Las Vegas currently. Like, that's more exciting to watch than the race.
Than the race itself? Yeah. Oh, my God. I'm excited. I'm excited, for it being at night. I think that's going to photograph and video really well.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm not excited for the traffic or what that's going to look like. But, I mean, listen, for everyone that's so up in arms about it, we've dealt with it. We deal with it every New Year's. So we know what the strip being shut down looks like.
Yep.
But it does also expand off the strip a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to make Frank Sinatra it's going to be a bad sight.
Yeah, I don't know what my like game plan is going down to the Wynn from here. Like it's just going to be backstreet. We'll definitely
This is your way.
Frank Sinatra's going to be
no.
That's what I thought.
Not at all. Wait, where do you live?
No, I'm talking about from here.
From here. Oh, even better from here. From here, just go down. We're talking about this right on air. Go down Jones. Go down Jones to Trop. Take Trop to Valley View,
And
take
then
Valley View down to DI, cut over.
Got you.
There it is.
Got you.
You're home.
That's the way it's been taking me anyways.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm getting mentally prepared. But F1, dude. I guess my fiance's brother follows this fucking intensely.
Okay.
Dressed up as like a car driver for Halloween, has the VR driving simulator. He's invested. The Netflix series worked on him. He didn't give a fuck about this sport. Netflix drops the series. He is
Shut up.
He is Formula One.
Really?
So
That's crazy.
he is he's going to be going to it and everything, but he said that it's crappy because the winner's already decided for F1. Like this race doesn't necessarily have implications to the final results. If I'm not mistaken, like one of the best dudes. What the hell's the
Leonard
best?
Hamilton?
Yeah, I think he's already won it. Like on points.
The race or just the season?
Yeah, the series, like the season. Like so the season champion's already decided, which kind of sucks.
Leonard, the black driver really is that dope. Good for him. I know that he, like George, like if you Google how many followers he has, it's insane. Like he's like up at like Kardashian levels in terms of followers.
Got you.
And he could literally walk in the room and I wouldn't know who he is. I'd have an idea. Like I know he's small.
It actually isn't him. It's Max Verstappen is the
winner.
Yeah. He's fucking. Let me show you this. Winner. This
Holy
dude.
smoke.
This dude has been
God.
fucking.
Has Leonard even won this year?
No, he has not.
Oh.
But look him up. God, we know nothing about this fucking sport.
None.
Nothing, bro.
Like I didn't like Max who? Like, do you understand what I'm saying?
Max who, bro? Literally.
Dang, that's not good. Don't watch this Formula One. I promise. We're still trying to get credentialed.
Las Vegas will catch fire when they go on strike.
I will tell you, Formula One, out of every credential that I've ever tried to receive, is like they have about 7 different layers that you got to crack before they will even consider you for Formula One.
Wow.
Credentials. They were like, yeah, you got to follow the sport for like a year. Like, and then it was like, yeah, and then you have to have, it was like, well, I was like, well, maybe if I get to, 100,000 followers or something, maybe I can like circumvent. Like, no, you need like 10 million followers, to circumvent the rules. I was like, yeah, we ain't going to be at Formula One for a while.
One day we will be NFL.
Switching gears over to the NFL. That's actually funny. We'll do a little bit of a Week 9 recap. But George, don't look now. But here come the Cincinnati Bengals. Since Jamar Chase went rogue and said he's always effing open, they've now won 4 straight.
Shocker.
And if you double down on the Bengals, to win or to get to the Super Bowl at that point, you're looking like a genius right now because as we've said on this show, as I've said on, Veterans Minimum with Nick Dayes, this is just who the Bengals are. They're slow starters. They know who they are. They have a coaching staff that's now been there for years now.
Yeah.
And they just, when it comes down to it, they know how to win. And eventually they'll just start turning it on and you'll look up and it's like, oh, the Bengals ended up with 12 wins. How did that happen?
Right.
So, I mean, and like we've talked about it too in terms of like the Ravens, and we know that their division is very tough, but the Bengals aren't afraid. And I think that's the biggest thing about the Bengals. The Ravens to this year still have never looked great.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm still team Bengals. What about you, George?
Yeah, I feel that this is the turning point for them. I do think they're going to have one more little hiccup on this road. So, like, it's not going to be that they go undefeated the rest of the way. I don't necessarily know what their upcoming games are, but I do know that Zach Taylor kind of gives me Bill Belichick vibes as far as a stoic coach for the most part, but great leader of men, and you kind of just luck out, right? You kind of just have one of the fucking top 5 quarterbacks in the league when he's on. Yeah. Possibly even top 3, if I'm being honest. And you have a receiving core that's out of this world. and everything's just starting to click. They got a Trey Hendrickson from the Saints has been a crazy addition for that D-line.
Yeah.
They're just already really good. So Zach Taylor, it's going to be like one of those things where like we're going to look back. Zach Taylor has this many Super Bowl appearances, this many division wins and everything, and then he's going to not have Joe Burrow. And watch what happened to Bill Belichick, you know?
So to answer your question, the Bengals have the Texans this week. Then they go to the Ravens, the Steelers, the Jags, then the Colts.
God,
so they've got
schedule.
There's some landmines in there, but like,
yeah.
Are we saying that they're not the better team in all of those matchups? Can they lose them? Yes, but are we not saying they're a better team than the Texans? Obviously, we'll get to the Texans.
Yeah.
The Texans are looking good. They're the better team. It's at home. I would say they're the better team than the Ravens, personally, in terms of just all around. They're a better team than the Steelers. They're a better team than the Jags. Jags is on the road.
Yeah.
They're a better team than the Colts.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, like,
but
can they lose those? Can they lose a game? Sure.
Has the radar fucking been alerting to all the other NFL teams that, like, holy, these guys are back and that they're kind of the team that we need to circle, like in regards to, that I always look at that. You said divisional game.
Yeah.
You know, at least they're back-to-back weeks. So that way you don't really have a trap game in the middle of that. But wow, they are looking, they're looking good. They exposed the Bills last night, but I think we all know, like, Madden curse for real, bro. He throws picks like crazy.
We haven't talked about the Madden curse in a while, but talking about the Bills, as the Bengals go up, the Bills are coming down.
Yep.
The Bills are now 5-4 with losses to the Pats and the Jets on their ledger. Is it time to say that this is just who they are? I just don't trust them when it comes down to it.
Yeah, electric team that I think will, at any given game, if they have the ball late and they need a touchdown, I'm not worried. Like they fall into that category for me of, I kind of like them in a chasing spot. They're going to backdoor cover for all you sports bettors out there. Like, they're a good team that exposes like bad teams, and then good teams come around and they kind of crumble. Well, I mean, they've been flip-flop. This is their first because they beat the Dolphins.
Yeah. Blew the doors off the Dolphins.
So then you have a game like with the Bengals. This is a spot where they should have won. They've just been losing to garbage teams like in between. So it's
Jets and Patriots.
They also fall into the same category of the Bengals where it's like they get hot late and everyone's like, oh,
make way for the Bills.
Right?
Yeah. Bills linebacker core still is stout as any team in the league. I think their biggest hurdle really is their secondary is hurt. They've had a lot of injuries in their secondary, and we don't know the Josh Allen we're going to get. Josh Allen was running for first downs yesterday, though, so if he's starting to turn that Allen back on, right? Because we're later on in the season, it's like, I need that first down.
Right.
screw this noise. We gonna go get 12.
Yeah.
We'll see. Chiefs, Dolphins, George got us started in week 9 over in Germany. Our friends Milan and Steffi were actually out at the game, so excited to see some of their footage. It was a bit of a quiet game from two juggernaut offenses, I think, only 21-14. But do we think the Dolphins are finally going to be able to take a step towards contenders, or are they just kind of a good team?
This game, I'm going to be completely honest with you, it was a mental error. It was just that late game. They had a couple of mental errors.
Yes.
The Dolphins had this game in their hands. Early on, though, if they get exposed, like how Patrick Mahomes was just methodically marching down the field, you can see them go down quick in a playoff game and then just never have a shot. But when the Dolphins come out and they punch teams in the mouth early, similar to the 49ers, it's a bad spot to be in. A lot of AFC teams, I feel, fear them for that. The Ravens being one of them. I could already envision them being in the playoffs and Lamar Jackson getting down 14-21-0, and you just know, like,
that's it.
It's over.
Yeah, no. I mean, and this game was 21-0, George. It was 21-0, I feel like, in the first half.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I like.
But they have the punching power to come back. Their offense is quick, obviously.
Quickest in the league.
Yeah.
They have, I mean, listen, they have Waddle, one of the fastest people in the league. They have, obviously, Tyreek, the fastest guy in the league. They have A-Chain.
Yep.
Or A-Chain.
Mostert.
And Mostert. So they have 4 dudes that are literally Lamborghinis. They got a Lamborghini, a Bugatti, a Ferrari.
And they operate as such. Like, they're not a team that doesn't know their identity. They get the ball out in space quick. They probably have the quickest snap to pass time in the league. A lot of teams though are doing that stuff. I really like the screen game that the NFL has used this year. I think the Dolphins are really one of the best at it.
Yeah, no, 1,000%. The Texans, George, are now back at 500 at 4-4 after their 39-37 victory over the Buccaneers. D'Amico Ryans has those guys playing well, playing fast, and is it Stroud that's in Houston?
Yep.
He's playing well.
Yeah, he's not only playing well, he is now cracked that like coveted top 10 in the league list of, oh my God, this dude's valuable. He's starting to play with swagger too. After a couple of those big touchdowns, he hit him with the little. I'm him, motherfucker. That energy right there, dangerous. I love when a rookie quarterback doesn't know the dark side. You know what I mean? Like, he has not seen the dark side yet. You know what I mean? He would not be doing that shit.
They haven't experienced sadness. My God. They haven't, like, you haven't seen him on the sideline like this. Like,
dude, right? No, he has not seen the dark side yet.
That's too funny. That's true. Look, listen. I don't know anyone on their team.
Yeah.
like legit.
You're starting to, okay, they got Nico Collins is one of his favorite targets.
Okay.
Dalton Schultz.
Nico Collins. So I had to play somebody in Madden Online the other day. And, I used my Redskins. And, like, oh, my God, I blew the doors off this guy that had the Bengals yesterday. It was real. It was bad.
That's nice.
Percy. I call him Percy MF and Butler. He, like, look, I literally ran. Why am I talking about this on this show? I literally ran from the safety spot. He ran a screen, right? I had to run across the face. Got the screen, pick 6. Like, it was bad. I'll send you the clip. Actually, I can see. We have that capability, George.
We do.
I might be able to do that to you now. But yeah, Nico, is it Hollins or Collins?
Yes,
he was killing me.
Yeah,
I don't know who he is, but that child can play. Yeah,
all you need to know is that CJ Stroud is that guy, and I have him on my fantasy league for Gridiron Junkies. And I had a funny moment yesterday on my show where I said I've put him under my wing, Josh.
Yeah,
I take rookie quarterbacks, I put him under my wing, and now I'm letting him play with confidence. I told him, I'm like, hey, listen, we need to start making some highlights, right? We need to start making the moment about us. We got to sell season tickets. You're playing out of your fucking mind right now, so do it while it's good. Expect this to continue,
Nice.
But dark days will come.
they always are. Those darkness always follows the dawn.
It's usually late November, December, where it's just like rookie quarterbacks don't know the scheduling and they're just exhausted, bro.
Tired. Yet mentally, physically, it's the most football they've ever played in their lives. That's fair, especially too, because think about it. December, those guys always get their break. They get their finals break and all that kind of stuff. So there ain't no break, brother. Ain't no break coming.
Nope.
So I'll have to look at their schedule, see what they're looking at. The Saints, George, your Saints got a big win over the Bears. It was a tight win.
Oh, it was.
But you look any given Sunday, you take the win. And my Redskins, my Commanders, got a nail biter against the Pats.
That's why we're so happy today. Subconsciously,
it helps. It helps.
It does.
It helps these weeks, especially when you still feel like there's a chance. Now, when I'm like out of it, I really don't care anymore. It's just a sad state of events. But when you still feel like we can still do this, baby.
Dog, hey, you guys are playing my favorite team to bet against right now in the NFL next week.
The Seahawks. I was supposed to be there.
Frauds. Fucking frauds, the Seahawks.
God, I was supposed to be
Oh, the Commanders are going to get on that ass early. I can't wait to see this line. They're going to give the Seahawks 5.5 points, and I'm going to tease that up to 11. Like, give me a break, bro. The Seahawks fucking suck.
Okay, all I'll say is this. DK Metcalf has been killing me on my fantasy team, so I pray that continues. I pray he gets one big bomb like he's been getting, and then literally no more catches.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, yeah, 50-yard play, beginning of the game, ends with 50 yards, 4 targets. I'm like, come on, bro. This is terrible. So I pray that trend continues this week versus my team.
Yes.
We have a penchant for giving up long plays, so I pray he doesn't get one and get a touchdown out of it. But, so we'll see.
Don't worry. We'll suck.
See. Well, listen, my team is trash, so we'll see.
Yeah, but you guys played, decent football against you guys. First win in New England since 1996. Well, and I brought this up when I heard that. I was like, the Commanders' first win should be in like every new stadium that the Commanders play at. You know what I mean? So it's like right now, Redskins / Commanders haven't gotten a win since 1996 in New England. Wow. So I haven't been alive since that shit happened. So
dang, and I was in what, 6th grade?
Damn.
6th grade, maybe 6th grade.
Long time, brother.
6th, maybe 7th, depending on when in 96. No, that would have been 6th grade. No, that would have been that would have been 7th grade. 7th grade, because it would have been in the fall. George, the Falcons take a horrible loss at home against the cousin-less Vikings. Taylor Heineke played okay with 268 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. I think the Falcons, I don't know. I think, we talked about them at the beginning of the season. I think this is who they are.
Yeah.
They still have a lot of work to do, but they have a great stadium.
They do. It's tough to play a quarterback that you weren't expecting to play at all. Like, you can't think that Josh Dobbs is coming in all week long. You're preparing for a rookie quarterback. You get him out of the game early, and then this dude just comes in, 0 expectations. Literally just go make plays, Josh Dobbs. And the Falcons kind of fell victim to it. Like, you can tell based on what I saw, the Falcons sending like different types of pressures to make him feel uncomfortable. Josh Dobbs is a fucking athlete. He makes one guy miss in the pocket, he rolls out. And that's a majority of what what led them to scoring those touchdowns at the end. But Falcons, bad. Glad they're in my division. They're starting to go downhill. And they don't care about Bijan Robinson anymore. Dude, Atlanta is the place where rookies go to fall asleep.
Josh Dobbs, he doesn't even know his receiver's jersey name or number at this point. He doesn't know the plays.
Nope.
You let a guy come in literally on what, like 3 days?
4 days.
4 days of being in the building and beat you.
He never took a snap from the starting center. He actually, in the timeout that they were like, yeah, bro, this is happening, right? Like, you're getting in right now. They went over the 5 different snap counts, and they were like, good luck. And then they would be I guess it was reported it was in the huddle, and he was like, so what are you guys doing on this side of the field? What are you doing? So he was literally like, all right, you're going to run a 5 and in, like just stupid shit. But
we're in backyard football for real. The Raiders, George, you went to the game. The Raiders went to work.
Yeah.
In the first game of the Antonio Pierce, shout out to Antonio Pierce, former Redskin, before moving on to becoming a Super Bowl champion with the Giants.
Yeah.
After the midweek firing of Josh McDaniels, this happened after we went off air last week. Josh McDaniels is out as the Raiders coach. Exciting times for Raiders Nation, or more of the same?
Oh, it's super exciting. I was the first one to say on the opening, I was fucking excited. I like Raider game environments because the fans are pretty like in unison with let's be hammered and just yell Raiders a lot. And it's a cool scene. You know what I mean? So you can feel the vibe in there really early on that it's a new era. Like I was waving my towel around. I'm like, it's the new era, baby. I was being like an idiot. But it is. And you can tell that the players, I knew it was a different era, Josh, and I actually put the Raiders down. I put a little bet for them to make the playoffs. After I saw Devontae Adams in the locker room doing that little basketball thing, and he reenacted Josh McDaniels, I was like, see, this is why they're not fucking winning. They're not doing the right shit. Have you not seen this?
I didn't know that's what he was doing with it, though.
He didn't say, okay, this is Josh McDaniels.
Yeah, but that's where it comes from?
Yeah.
I didn't
catch
that side.
Shit.
I didn't catch that side of it.
To me, I'm a big culture guy. They're smoking cigars after beating the Giants.
Well,
after beating the Giants.
Antonio Pierce said something about, like, I don't know if it was the Patriot way, or I'd started reading the article and I didn't finish it.
Ooh.
It could have been a lot worse in the locker room than we really thought.
I was going to bring this up to you. Do you think that Devontae Adams had a direct conversation with Mark Davis? We had just finished watching the show Winning Time on HBO, right? And you see how much power Magic Johnson had to get rid of people.
Yeah.
Do you think Devontae Adams was one of the key factors in getting him out of there?
I definitely think that listen, there aren't any who's the superstars on those teams on the Raiders. It's Devontae Adams, Max Crosby, Josh Jacobs. Those are your biggest three people on your team.
Right. So
if any of those three, or if the collection of those three all were like, look, this sucks, you got to do something. And remember too, last week, there was like a fan that kind of had a sign and saw Mark Davis and was like, you got to get rid of Josh, like, whatever. And he was like, we're aware, we're on it. Like, he kind of said that to the fan, and then he gets fired. Yeah. Man, I think there was a lot more going than we think. And they gave it as much of a chance as they could. But I mean, look, to my point from before the NFL draft, I said they needed to trade up and get Anthony Richardson. I said that last year. It would have given them a much better opportunity because right now they have no quarterback in place.
You need hope.
There's no quarterback.
You can't.
You know what I'm saying? Because, like, look, Jimmy G, it wouldn't have been as bad, because then it's like, well, we still got the rookie. Let's let the rookie chill. Jimmy G, if he's trash, whatever, we'll just take a bad season. Let the rookie chill and get better. Then when he's ready, you bring him in and he's killing people. Like, that's vision. But you don't make the move, and then the Colts get him, and
But it's like one of those situations where Aiden O'Connell, rookie from Purdue, you know what I mean? My uncle, he follows college football a lot, and he was telling me, he's like, hey, I was watching this kid like religiously, you know, and I knew that he wasn't that bad. And when the Raiders got him, it's kind of a steal. He's a pro style quarterback, right? He's 6'5", 6'6", tall, stocky.
Yeah.
He fits that mold of, you can be in the league for like 12 years, bro. Even if you're holding a clipboard, like, you're it.
You're here. Yeah. Eagles, Cowboys, George, played another thriller. The Eagles this season, I don't really think they've really blown anyone out.
No.
They have been behind in a lot of their games. They are literally transforming into Rocky Balboa and getting just beat on, and then, I ain't hear no bell. Like go to work, like at the very end of games. Man, I don't know. This Eagles team is a little bit more dangerous.
Jalen Hurts, MVP?
No.
And the discussion?
No.
He has a big moment. Sometimes it's about the storyline. Him coming out of the game, injury, saying, no, I ain't hear no bell. You know what I mean? Like, literally what you just said. But those are what, that award it's looking for, right? It needs a little bit of sustenance. And he's led his team to... Are the Eagles the best team in the league?
No. Are they a very dangerous one? Yes. Not without question. I think them not being able to put together a full 60 minutes is going to eventually hurt them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you can't do that against teams that are as good as you. Like, they've been losing to teams that aren't as good as them. So if they mess around and get behind against a team that is as good as them or better, they're going to be in trouble. Last year they were front runners like nobody's business. They were up 20 on everybody.
Yeah, and then they get the lollipop game of Purdy getting hurt.
Yes, that.
And the NFC title game.
But then, like, that was the thing about the Super Bowl last year, because remember, they were always up. So the second they started to get some pushback, I was like, I don't know how they're going to respond.
Not well.
And yeah, that's how they responded. Chargers, Jets tonight, George. Can either of these teams make the playoffs? I'm saying no.
I'm going to say no, too, just to like hold strong on this Raiders make the playoff bet. I would prefer if the Jets won tonight and then the Raiders beat the Jets, because then that puts them at because the Raiders play the Jets next week. So that would put them at tied records, but the Raiders would have the tiebreaker over them. So big implications tonight in this game, because I think just like how Josh McDaniels got fired, it would be crazy to see Brandon Staley possibly get the boot, but would not shock me.
He probably needs to go, for real. That's actually a question we do need to ask Sean Merriman when he comes back in.
Yeah.
Next time he comes back in, is like, because I love that he's still a Charger. Like, he loves the Chargers.
Oh, yeah. And when I've asked him this, he loves Brandon Staley because he's a defensive guy. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, like, I think he has like
defense is trash.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
that's so terrible. Like, I can't be a defensive guy or an offensive guy, and that side of the ball is not good.
Yeah.
What am I doing? Like, what value am I bringing to the team? I'm the defensive guy. We're 30th in the league in defense. Like, bro, you got to go.
I'm going to take over for offensive play calling. That's what they do. Like, that's how Matt Patricia went from being a DC to an OC, and we're like, what the fuck are the Patriots doing?
How? Oh, my God. All right, switching gears over to the NBA. Maybe the midseason tournament isn't that bad. George, of the 7 games of the group play-in games on Friday, 4 were decided by 5 points or less, and 1 went to overtime. And then also the Steph Curry game winner, you know what I mean, that almost was overturned but wasn't, thank God. Crazy games. Are you getting excited about the play-in?
Yeah. Marketing for it, horrible. I'm a sports fan. How did I not know this was happening? Like, maybe I just missed did you know it was happening?
What, the play-in?
This tournament?
Yeah, we've talked about it. But you're right. Like, first
nobody knows what's happening.
So that, Jesus, yes, that for sure. And then I didn't know that these were going to be the games. I didn't know that they were going to have like special court makeup for the games.
Right.
Because like the games have, the little play-in trophy in the middle of the center court. But you're 100% right. What are the rules? Like, what are we because like the NBA Finals or any championship, we know what the rules are. It's 8 teams.
Yeah.
Both conferences, 4-game series. We're playing for the title.
So, by the way, they did like release. Here's the fucked up thing. When I was like, what is happening? The first link that I clicked on, because it was the first one that popped up, was CNN. How is CNN telling me what's happening in the play-in tournament?
Why are they the authority on sports news?
Josh, I was like,
that's trouble.
I was like, this is really detailed. I now understand what's happening, but like, God damn, how is CNN telling me the news?
CNN gave you the complete breakdown. And on the 3rd of December,
dude, I know everything now. I know everything. Thanks, CNN.
Thank you. This is CNN.
Fox News didn't have shit on the. I'm just kidding.
MSNBC is anyway. We got some money news earlier.
Right
now we got some CNN news now. Is Wembanyama real, George? Is Wemby real?
Oh shit, he's real.
20.6 points per game, 8 rebounds per game, 2.2 blocks, and 1.4 steals. The Spurs record right now is 3-3. When they have 2 wins over the vaunted Phoenix Suns. I'm excited.
Oh, I'm
excited.
Stoked. You didn't see the thumbnail until after, but I put Wemby MVP ? Because he's leading the city. Like everybody on that team knows he's getting the ball in important times. And not even that, but my favorite thing with like young, tall people is like everybody in the league trying to try him. You know what I mean? Like, oh, what can I do around this tall guy? And he is rejecting everything and with ease.
I have to watch him.
Dude,
I haven't seen any of his games yet. I've only seen highlights.
Yeah.
I gotta watch. I gotta
Once you see like his defensive presence, that's the thing I'm most impressed by, because sometimes those young players, like the physicality of the league and everyone really like giving you their best, kind of, it's tough.
Especially with Euros, especially with dealing with guys from Europe and different parts of the world. It's a different game.
He's going to be Giannis in 5 years, where he's going to get like shoulder caps that are like damn near impossible.
You think?
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't speak on it because Giannis was this skinny, but Kevin Durant also was this skinny and
correct
is still this skinny.
But he like, as a guy who has been watching him just a little bit, I think he enjoys the power side of it more so than the, I'm elusive. You know what I mean? I think he has it in his bag, but he's going to put on 20 to 25 pounds in his career. I know this is going to happen. And he's with the greatest coach of all time. That's what's really terrifying.
So the side of it for me with that, and it's starting to actually be a little bit alleviated because I didn't know how well he spoke English.
Mm-hmm.
His English is
perfect.
Great.
Yeah.
So I didn't know how well he spoke English. So I wasn't sure if there was going to be maybe some cultural disconnect. Maybe Greg Popovich curses him out and he like takes super offense to something and didn't understand. But if he understands English, that kind of checks that box. So, okay, don't have to worry about that as much. And then, Pop can grate on players. So the reason that the Spurs became the Spurs was because Tim Duncan would allow Greg Popovich to treat him and curse him out just like anybody else.
Right.
And if Wemby will allow him to do that with him, the Spurs are going to be back.
Yeah. Was it here where I said I don't think an NBA team, I think I was telling it to John. Because I was
we have too many sports conversations.
In baseball, it's very, very possible for a team to go from worst to first.
Yes.
There's a long season, but then also the right acquisitions. You can do it in baseball. In the NBA, I didn't feel like you could. I think if you have a generational talent, you can make a shot or make a run. And now, like, the Spurs are put in a position where they can possibly do some big time acquisitions near the trade deadline, and then they could be really scary. But they were the second worst team in the league based on our little preview show, and I didn't think that they can do it. I thought there was a lot more growing pains, but no, they're for real.
Man, I'm trying to look at their division right now. Who's in their division? Their division is the Mavericks. They could possibly get them. The Rockets. Let's see who else is in there.
You got the
No. The Pelicans and I think the Grizzlies. Yes, they could mess around and do that, George.
Yeah, agreed.
That's actually not out of the realm of comprehension. Like they definitely could.
Yeah.
We'll see. Speaking of those Pelicans, can we trust the 4-2 New Orleans Pelicans, George? Zion Williamson now averaging 22.2 points per game on 51% shooting, 6.4 rebounds per game, and 3.8 assists per game, with statement wins over the Knicks and the Thunder. Can we take the Pels serious?
Yeah, I mean, this is what we've expected. Is it year 4 or 5 with this project? And now we're starting to see like a steady dose of results early in the year. They needed to like do this in order for anybody to take them serious, or else we thought it same old Pelicans. But I'm a fan. I'm a fan of seeing them succeed. It's tough for me to look into basketball in detail right now.
Yeah.
But
it's fair.
Hopefully the tournament sparks it a little bit, because I know the games are like once a week on Fridays, I believe.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's like on Fridays.
Jesus, thank you.
Yes.
All right.
Hey, I'll send you the CNN article.
Yeah, please send me the article because I don't know.
So good.
I have no idea. I know that they're only wearing certain jerseys for it.
Yep.
So I did see that. I caught that. But yeah, I don't know much else. I'm gonna try and get us credentials, George, for it. So I'll keep you posted on that because it is happening in Las Vegas. So
yeah,
that is something
finals.
that we're going to be doing. And if we can get access to that, that would be good. Before we get out, we're going to end on two things, George. Who has surprised you so far this season? This can be a team or this can be a player.
Celtics shocked me. 5-1, jumping out on teams. They look fucking tough.
I told you. Kristaps.
They look tough.
I told you Taps was looking good.
Tough, Josh. So I'm happy.
Career.
I'm happy. I'm glad I kind of underplayed them a little bit, but they're playing out of their mind.
Yeah, because you said 7 seed, and I was like, you're on crack. I knew you were on crack. You were trying to undersell.
Yeah. I mean, listen, Kristaps, if I was to go based on the projected stats over the last 8 seasons, I don't think he was going to perform insanely well, but now he's stepping up.
No, not after last year. Last year he was great. It was his best career year. He had a career year, and it wasn't like he needed a contract.
Mm-hmm.
No, he did. He did need a new contract.
All these NBA players can, I feel these days.
But the biggest thing with him is health. And so if he's healthy, he looked healthy last year, and now he's on a team with other stars. He's never had that.
Right.
So now with that amount of space, ooh. Yeah. Really think about it. In New York, he never had that. The Knicks were terrible.
Nope.
He was the best player. Dallas, kind of a little bit, but for whatever reason, him and Luka didn't work. I don't know why, but it just didn't.
Mm-hmm.
In DC, he started to see what it's like with, you've got Bradley Beal, you have Kuzma. There's some other scoring options out there. Starts to give you a little bit more room. So
very true.
Now in Boston, he's got 2 legitimate scorers with him. And a great defensive team. That's all he really needed. For me, it is the 35-year-old Steph Curry. Steph Curry, George, has had 2 40-point games already this season, and that aforementioned game winner that we were talking about. At 35, for him to still be doing this, when you're supposed to be in your decline, he's still out there getting highlights. We talked about, and I think we posted him making my protege Dylan Brooks look silly at 35.
Yeah,
that's he's still a problem.
Yep.
And then also, George, who is not living up to their potential? This could be a team. This could be a player.
I'm going to ask you that question first, Josh.
All right.
Let me soak in it. Who's not living up to their potential so far in this NBA season?
Detroit basketball. The Detroit Pistons are 2-5. I said that they were going to be. I didn't think that they were going to be a lottery team. I figured they would be in the play-in cusp, right there. They'd be in the play-in this year. I don't know if they'd make the playoffs, but they would be somewhere in that play-in realm.
Right.
Cade Cunningham is balling. He's doing his job. Biggest thing with him has always been health. He's always been a problem. He's doing his job. Marvin Bagley. Meh. Asur Thompson, the rookie. Meh. Jaden Ivey coming off the bench. We still have to figure out what the heck that's about. He was a top 5 pick. He's killing when he's playing. He just ain't been playing. And James Wiseman, 4 points, 2 rebounds, 1 game.
Wow.
He's been getting DNPs. He's had 5 DNPs. So, I don't know what the Pistons are doing. They should be a very, very solid team. They have enough youth, and they have enough solid role players where they should be doing something consistently. But they're still looking bad. Not doing anything in the beautiful Caesars Palace arena.
Yeah. Who's their coach?
I actually think it's Monty Williams, which is even more surprising.
Aye.
Yeah, Monty's supposedly a good coach, but he ain't doing a good job.
Yeah, no, he got robbed from that Suns job, but the Suns were also a team that I was going to say, if I'm seeing underperforming, you would just expect KD just to
win games.
KD is not LeBron. I think I've finally put that in my head. He can't put say, come on, guys. I am going to legitimately every possession have. I would even say, Giannis has this above KD. I would put Giannis in that category of I'm going to have the ball for 20 seconds of this possession. every possession for 10 possessions in a row. And we're going to win.
Or be in a position to win.
Right.
I mean, listen, Damian Lillard has put teams on his back.
Correct.
Like, really, you bring up a really good point, and I will have to remember to clip this. Kevin Durant has never really been by himself. Never.
Right.
He's always had dogs with him. He had a young James Harden. He had a young Russell Westbrook. Okay, leave that. I've got a champion Steph Curry, a champion Klay Thompson, a champion Draymond Green. Okay, leave that. I go to Brooklyn. I've got Kyrie Irving that's a champion. I've got James Harden again as a champion. Okay, that don't work. Leave. Go to Phoenix. I've got Devin Booker with me. Chris Paul. Now I got Bradley Beal. Like,
This is your project. All right, you didn't say champion at the end here, but he is the champion.
Yes.
And when will he realize that, like,
I'm him?
Yeah. Like that late game turnover too, where it was so bullshit against the Spurs. I don't know if you saw it.
I did.
But it's like, Kevin, what are Kevin? Damn it, Kevin, what the fuck are we doing? Like, you can't have those moments when you're put in the conversation of greatest of all time. Like,
period.
LeBron doesn't really have too many mental fuck ups that I can think of at the top of my head that I'm like,
he got a few, but
that's bad.
He also has a lot of really good ones.
Yeah.
Kevin Durant, it's iffy.
Yeah.
It is. And should have just came home to DC. See, this is what happens. What happens, Kevin Durant, when you don't come home? You've had multiple opportunities to come home and save our franchise. And you've turned your nose up at it every time. So for that, good luck and Godspeed.
Coming home. I'm coming home. Just think about the video, Kevin. Tell the world.
No, we don't want you now. You old. Home. It's over. It's over. You could have really saved us.
Kevin Durant is here today. All right.
George, before we get out, I sent you the clip, the Madden clip on Instagram. Please find it because we have to diagnose this play before we get out of here. Oh, here we go. Perfect. Here it is, George. Here it is. All right, there's Percy Butler here. He just made a play. Okay.
Walk us through the play here, Josh.
It's blitz. We're blitzing. This guy was trashed. You can see the score. I am all the way on the left side of the screen. Watch the screen. Oh, read the screen. We're out, George. We are gone, baby. Pick six. Let's go. What are we talking about? He even kept trying to run with yeah.
I like it.
We're showboating. It was that bad. He was trash. It was a tragedy come to life. Percy, MF and Butler. Do it on Sundays, Percy. I need to see this. And I'm going to tag you in this, actually. That is a good clip. This is Josh Williams with The American Fan. Please make sure you like, share, and subscribe. We are continuing to build. Got some exciting interviews coming up, so please stay tuned in for that. And, and I keep saying that I got to get this merch out, so I need to actually look, if anybody designs shirts, because I'm not going to do them. I'm like, it's not. I need to make sure these shirts are sexy.
We need to go on Fiverr, bro.
I am. And that's what I would do. That's what I would do when it comes down to it. But I'm going to put it out there to y'all first. If anybody has an artistic lean, hit up your boy and, we'll see what we can do. If you know anybody that has an artistic lean, I'll give them a shout out. I ain't trying to pay no money. I ain't lying. I'll see you guys next time. Take care.
On our sword for the things that we stand for, where right now we live in a society where people talk that talk about principles, values, and loyalty falling on their sword, but in reality, the moment things get inconvenient, and I've talked about this many times, the moment shit gets inconvenient, these people will not fall on their sword for you. They will actually be the ones to put their sword in